How important was it how hard was it to sell hip hop to Hollywood in the 90s? Because when I think of like Martin, y'all had Biggie on there and Method Man and Wendy Williams, Snoop, and I even think about movies like House Party. Was Hollywood embracing of hip hop back then, or did y'all have to tell them? Like,
we were coming up. Okay. We were coming up, but because we were doing so good, they had to accept us. Mm-hmm. They had to embrace us. Because hip hop was hitting hard. Mm-hmm. You had all this talent, and so they had to say, I'll open the door and say, hey, we gotta let hip hop in because it's impacting the world. Mm-hmm. And you see what hip hop is doing now. Mm-hmm.
What do you think happened to television? And what I mean by that is, they always talk about the negative images of black people that exist now on TV and in film, but it's like when we came up in the 90s, we didn't have that. We had the Martins and the Cosby shows and the Different Worlds and the Living Singles. Like, what do you think made Hollywood say we're going to stop doing that and start doing reality TV?
I don't know. Maybe because reality, when they first put it on, it hit. People started gravitating to it or whatever. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's ways they get tax breaks. I don't know.
But y'all was hitting too. And it was great representation. Like, you had a job. You was a radio person.
But it was probably cheaper too, though. You ain't got to pay a reality star.
Yeah, that's why I'm saysaying tax breaks and all that stuff,
But it don't stand the test of time. It ain't in syndication.
That's true.
20 years later, 30 years later.
Yeah.
I also wondered too, but growing up, watching you play Shanae, watching you in Big Mama's house, I never thought anything of it. I just thought it was funny. But nowadays, you hear people say, "Oh, that's you got to sell your soul in Hollywood, and that's humiliation rituals and the Illuminati."
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. Doing what I do and doing Big Mama and characters like that, Shanae or whatever. These are strong black women. And I'm a comedian, and I'm not above playing a character, putting on a dress or whatever, because I'm in tune with my manhood, so I know who I am, so I don't worry about all that.
Is that a missed art? Because we seen it with you, we seen it with Eddie, but now it seems like everybody, like he said, is afraid to do that. But
except for Tyler.
Except for Tyler.
Yeah. If you're in tune with your manhood, you shouldn't be worrying about it, If you ain't letting nobody get under your dress.
Was there ever a point?
Hey, what's up, y'all? I want to thank y'all so much for tapping into my channel. I appreciate y'all so much. And keep on the show, y'all. That was Martin Lawrence, the famous comedian and also actor. And he was, really big in the, I would say maybe 03, 04, when he released his big movie, Bad Boys for Life with Will Smith. And he's been going through it lately because people are saying that he's suffering from health issues. And I gotta be honest, sometimes I feel like he's suffering from something. I don't know what, but something. And I feel bad for him because that's a legend right there. He's been blessing us with so many, films, and he's really talented. And he got his start as a, comedian, and he worked himself up to, actor. And he actually had a lot of respect in the Hollywood industry as an actor, and that's hard, especially if you come up as a comedian. And he's one of few comedians who actually got a lot of pull in Hollywood and also respect, and that is basically himself and Jamie Foxx. So maybe 10 years ago, he had a breakdown. He was basically found on the street, and he was screaming and acting erratic, and he was placed in a mental institution. And then he was quiet for a lot of years. But it seems like for the past 2 years, he's been active, and that's good to see. But I think that the reason why he's active is maybe because his health is, declining. So they want to put him out there so we can just hear his voice for basically the last time. Maybe I'm wrong, but that is how I'm looking at it. And as you could tell in this clip, they had a lot of questions for him. And he was answering questions from Charlamagne and DDMV from the Breakfast Club. And I think that he answered the questions, in a great way. And he also have been pressed about wearing a dress, and that comes from Katt Williams. He's the one who actually exposed, quote unquote, Lawrence for wearing a dress. And he basically, reacted to this and gave his answer. And his answer was that he's a comedian, so of course he's gonna be doing that. But when I look at Katt Williams, he has not been wearing any dress at all. So I don't think that you have to be a comedian to wear a dress, because that's up to you if you want to wear a dress or not. So let me know what y'all think about this. Make sure to like this, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next videos.